Hello, this is Ashee from Crafting with Ashee and welcome to this video. I hope this finds you well. I have this cute little doggy bag to share with you today. Look at this cute little doggy. He reminds me of Jock from Lady and the Tramp. Just so cute. Very simple bag to make, but really cute, and you could use this for Christmas or could even be for a winter birthday, anything. Just even for your doggy's little birthday. Just so darling. So this one I used real red. This time we're using garden green. The piece of paper, cardstock I should say, measures 10.5 inches by 7 inches. And on this long side we are going to score at 2 inches. And again at 5 inches, 7 inches, and then at 10 inches. Just like that. Turn it to the short side and you are going to score at 2 inches, and that's all the scoring you need. But all of the information, scoring details, etc. will be on the blog post on my website, and you can find the link below in the description box. So let's fold on all of our score lines quickly. Just use my good old bone folder to do that. Okay, now I need to do some cutting. So with the small little flap here to the right, that's the 1/2 inch score line, we are going to cut up to the score line. So with the 2 inch score line here, we're going to cut up to the score line. Sometimes it's easier to show than to do. Just along the score line, and then we're just going to cut this off at a little angle. That's called a mitre, and we're going to do the same at the top here. Just give it a little mitre cut, just like that. Okay, and then along here again we're going to cut up to the score line, along the score line. So you're going to separate all of these tabs. And then for each of these tabs you're just going to cut the slight angle. Just cutting that away. Yeah. Just trimming that out. Just like that. So I'm going to do that for all these little tabs. It shouldn't take long. I'm not cutting a lot, just a little bit. Sorry if you can hear some noise. I do have the window open because I film weeks ahead of time. So I'm filming here on the bank holiday weekend in August, because I work about 8 weeks ahead of schedule. And and with all my lights on for filming, it's quite warm in the room, so I open the window, so I do apologise for any noise you might hear. Okay, so that's our scoring and cutting done. Time to do some sticking now. And we're going to stick down our designer series paper. And I've got this one. You could either use the red, which you can see the red, or again the stripes. And I think I'm going to go for the stripies again. I'm just going to use some glue. And it's much easier to put on your paper before you put your bag together, I promise you. Much easier to get things sort of straight like this. And these very much remind me of candy stripes that you used to find on candy canes. Okay, so I'm going to put some glue on this little 1/2 inch tab here and fold the bag over and just seal it up, making sure everything's straight. Now where we have that seam, as you can see there. That will be our back, so this will be our front. So let's fold in our sides. I'm going to put in just a bit of glue there to fold in our side. Nothing's going to take straight away, so don't worry. So I'll put in some glue there, and then this is the front. More glue. Just try, as you're doing this, try to keep everything as straight as you can, and then fold it down, and then go in. Usually it's easier to do this with your bone folder. Just give everything a really good press, like that. Okay, so that's what you've got so far. And I am just going to now pinch in the sides of my bag, just like that. And you'll see the side will want to come together, and just massage it nicely into position. And there's the front, there's your bag. Now we're going to put some holes in here for the ribbon, and I'm going to use my ruler because otherwise I get these holes totally and utterly messed up. So I'm going to use my ruler here to figure out where I want my holes to be, and I want them at 1 inch. I'm going to have them at 3/4 of an inch down. Well, maybe not so far down. 1/2 inch down. And I'm going to mark it at 1 inch and at 2 inches. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to use my crocodile to make my holes. You can use whatever hole punch you like. I love my crocodile. It's one of the first things I bought from Stampin. Bought when I started crafting. Stampin' Up sold them at the time, and I bought. You can still find them online. So there are holes, and just making sure I know where my back is to my back. I'm just taking the bit out there. Now, last time I used this black and white gingham stripe. This time I'm going to use some of this garden green ribbon. Now, I should have said this paper comes from the sweetest. Where does it come from? The Sweetest Christmas line. So if you're wondering what paper it is, it's Sweetest Christmas. Sorry about the motorbike. Just going to feed it through and try and keep it from getting I'm going to try and keep it as straight as I can on the back. And then we are going to attempt to tie this into a bow. Attempt is a good word because me and bows don't always exactly see eye to eye. I'm neaten it off here as best as I can. And that'll be your bow. Not the best, but too bad as far as I'm concerned. I'm just going to make, I tend to do this, I cut little notches in the top of my ribbon in the cardboard, and then I just hook my ribbon in there just like that so that they don't unravel. That's what works for me. So there we go, there's our bag, the basis of our bag. Let's do some stamping. So firstly we've got basic grey ink, and the stamp set I'm going to use is this one called Christmas Scottie, and as you can see it's a Scottie dog, obviously. So let's take out, we need this, sorry about the noise, I should have got this out before. We need the bow, the woof and the dog. So here is our doggy, our woof and our bow on my block. A little bit of spare bits of basic white scraps, as you can tell. Give our little doggy a good ink up. You don't want him to be too blotchy. A little bit of blotchiness is not the end of the world. I think it just gives him character, but you don't want it to be too much. There we go. I'm not happy with that, so we're going to try on the reverse. It will even out once you it dries, but just checking there's nothing on the stamp. Yeah, it'll do. It'll even out. Give it a clean, give my block a clean, so I've got ink everywhere. Okay. Let's get our woofy out, because woof is in grey as well. There we go. And let's put this aside. You know what I've realised I've done with my stamp, because I'm as thick as a door plank? I stamped on the wrong side. We're going to try that again. No wonder it wasn't working. Sometimes, you know, you're just not thinking straight. You're just not thinking straight. So let's get another piece of, let's dump that one, get another piece here. Make sure we're actually stamping on the right side. Back to our block. And you must have been shouting at me on the other side saying, no, you're stamping on the wrong side. Stop being so stupid. And I'm thinking, hmm? Okay, let's try this a third time. Third time lucky, what you say? Ink him up, down. Hello, there's our dog. If you ink from the right side, you will get a good image, not from the wrong side like Ashee was doing. Oh well. I never said I was perfect. Let's please close up this ink pad, and we're going to bring in here, this is the best label punch, and we're going to use it just here to punch out our woofy. There we go. And we're just going to look for a scrap at all possible. Here's a scrap of real red. And I'm just going to punch out a little bit there. another one of those, and then here is the matching Scottie dog punch. Now I know you could punch these out together, the bow and the dog, and there is ways to line things up so that they line up perfectly. It doesn't work for me. For some reason it just doesn't. Maybe I'm too heavy-handed, I don't know. Even with a punch, I love punches, but I do take time to line everything up just to get it how I want it, like that. So there's our dog, and then just going to punch out our little bow here. I did try when I made this the very first time to create a template and do it, and you know what, it didn't work for me. As I said, I got half a bow. Okay, let's put our little doggy together. Let's stick this down. I am actually going to just use a dot of glue this time, just a very small dotty. And let's put on his little bow. There we are. And then this woof I'm going to cut in half. And let's bring my snail. And we're just going to line these two pieces up so that you just got a slight mat. I need more snail on the back, obviously, otherwise it won't stick. And then the other side just gives it a slight little mat, gives it a little pop, just like that. So let's bring in our dog. We're going to stick Doggy down with some dimensionals. So let's cover our little fella with dimensionals. Don't want him to go anywhere. And I am generous with my adhesive. I know some people will scream at me thinking you don't need so many dimensionals, but I don't want this popping off, and I don't want it getting squashed or any such like. So let's put our doggy down there. And then let's add this with one dimensional. And we're just going to add it here. Woof! So there you go. I've got the red version and the green version. Which do you prefer? Let me know in the comments below. As I said, all the measurements for this project, all the information will be on the blog post on my website, and the links to that and all my social media links are in the description box below. That includes the link to my Facebook group, where we have a monthly online card club where we make projects just like this together. So do check it out. If you did enjoy the video, I would love it if you could give it a thumbs up and to let YouTube know, and please consider subscribing. Thank you again, and until next time, enjoy being creative. Bye.